Clayton, Premier League champion, World Cup, titles coming out. They call you Cash Point Clayton, I hear now.
Yeah, they do. I wish it was true, but yeah, they do. Might be a new nickname from the fair. Don't know yet.
Yeah, Cash Point, you could live with that. You've had a brilliant run. What do you put down this extra belief in the form to?
It's just confidence, to be honest. When I started on the PDC, I think you're a bit starstruck. You see, the big names, the big players. You're not used to any of it. But as you go on, your confidence builds and the stage becomes a bit of a norm rather than something different. And obviously, with form going well, your confidence is high, and you're looking forward to going on to that stage now instead of thinking, "Oh God, I'm on stage next." And that's what I think it is. I just think it's all to do with
you've grown
confidence.
used to it then, yeah.
Yeah, in a way, yes.
And your game hasn't changed. Your throw hasn't changed. It's still very simple. Same approach, I guess, is score very heavily and set up for a double.
Yeah, listen, everybody knows I'm not the best with all the counting and the outshot and stuff, but my aim is to get from 501 to 0 as quick as I can. And I don't have any patterns to get there.
You have no set favourite ways, you just take each game as it comes?
I'm a 20s player that will go down to 90s on cover shots, and that's it. And I find it's quite simple, and it's obviously working for me at the moment.
Yeah, nice, and it's a nice approach, keeps it very simple. So yeah. We've since you've joined us, I remember the first days you joined us, going over to the PDC, you really did have you had some strong performances for Wales, for county and things like that probably people didn't realise the pedigree you had on that. And so, but to come as far as you have in such a short space must be, a bit of a shock even for yourself.
Yeah, it's fantastic. When, I look back and I was late into darts. I've always thrown darts because my dad used to play darts. But I was late into serious darts, like the Super Leagues, your county with the BDO system. I had an international cap within the first year. And then to move on to PDC level, it's a total different standard. It's a different world. And, myself, I was late into it. I was like 34 finishing rugby and then starting to play darts.
But maybe that held you in good stead because you'd already had a family, you were a bit more mature.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, because like I always say in any interview, dance is my hobby. I don't find it as a job. I'm doing well out of it, but it's still my hobby.
So you still enjoy it?
I still enjoy it, yeah. So I don't pressure, I'm not into politics of anything. It's just grab my darts, go and throw them up boards.
And enjoy it.
And
I think there's a lot to be said for that, because we see, obviously, a lot of professionals over their careers, you can almost sense they get a little bit jaded, and it does become a job. So it must be a great advantage for you turning up, enjoying playing.
Yes, and listen, there's a lot of things that makes you enjoy it. My best friend on tour is Joe Cullen, obviously. And, I sit on the table with Joe, with Devin Peterson, and, we have good banter. And good banter relaxes every player, we're playing well, Joe, look at the year Joe's having as well. Do you know what I mean? We bounce off each other. So, I want Joe to do well. Hopefully he's the same for me. And we have a good laugh. It's relaxed, and when you play relaxed, you're a totally different player than when everything's tight, your arm's tight, and
yeah.
So I just think it all pulls into one, and the game is just a little easier really because you're loose at the end of the day when you're throwing darts.
Which is great, and your darts. Actually, talking about your darts, the design of them hasn't changed for years. The same profile, same length.
Yes. It's not, if it's not broken, don't fix. It's just like a little bit more grip. That's the only thing I like. It's just that tiny bit more grip. But I like the shape of my dart.
Yeah, you always have since you first came. Yes. We, like you say, you put some extra grip in it. We've gone from you've got your original, which is your silver dart here with the sharper double bank in the middle. Obviously the World Cup win saw us go for a bit more of a just a bit of a homage to the colour, but it's the same shape and style.
Yes.
And this latest one you're throwing now, the Premier League SE, has got quite a bit more grip, hasn't it, in that centre?
It has, and it's just, you know, there's a different line going down the middle where it's only rings on the others, and it's surprisingly how much grip difference that it gives, and you know, I do like it, so you know, I'm definitely going to give these a try. And
we've put some, for people who feel the end of the dart, where there's some mills on the end of the nose as well, but you don't hold it on the end.
No, I don't hold it. I just, with the mills on the bottom, it's just there for just balance. It's not grip wise, so to me, myself, it doesn't make that much difference, but it makes the dart look sexy. So
yeah, they do look fantastic, don't they? So on to the match play. You've got first round. Are you Saturday?
I'm Saturday evening, second game on. I got Dirk van Duvenbode, because you didn't want to say that, Simon. So
you saved me having to pronounce it.
Dirk there,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. It's going to be a toughie. He's a class player, so.
Yeah, and the crowds are back as well.
Yeah, that makes a big difference in darts. I think, you know, it's like the banter. I'm an ex-rugby boy. I love banter, and to get the crowd in, it's great.
Yeah, it'll feel like normal times, and I think everyone's looking forward to that. And as a venue, though, Blackpool gets quite hot, doesn't it, up on that stage?
Well, it does. I played there twice, and you know, you get that sun outside, and that room is going to get really hot. So, yeah, it's supposed to be sunny.
How will you cope with that? Do you just go? Is it something you go through, or can you do anything for it?
I just go through with it, to be honest. It's, you know, it's all the lighting as well, you know.
Yeah, so you're used to it.
Down,
yeah,
so.
You're used to it fairly hot anyway.
Yes.
So yeah, but it doesn't affect your grip or the way you're.
It does if it's too hot, because your hands sweat, and obviously when your hands are sweating, you know, when you throw a dart, you don't really grip a dart. It's more of a balance than a grip.
So we asked recently Jeff Smith. I was quite shocked by how light. So he said out of 10, his grip pressure is about 2. So what would you say yours is?
Probably around the same, because.
So it is really that light?
It's that light, yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And especially when, you know, like I say, if your hands are sweaty, you're holding like ice probably, innit? You know what I mean? Because it's so slippery. But that's why you try and change the dart a little to put that little bit more grip. That if you get to that situation of slippery,
you get an extra bit of traction.
Yeah.
So this tournament, do you fancy your name for the trophy?
I'd love to. Obviously, you know, my confidence is high. But then again, there's another 31 players that's chasing that same dream. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to try my best. That's all I can do.
Yeah, and that's all we can hope for. Jonny, thanks for your time. Always great to have you in. We'll catch up with you soon.
Cheers.